Divine Masculines, thank you for tapping into Midheaven Tarot. We're going to tap into the Divine Masculine collective energy and see what or how you are being spiritually awakened, spiritually upgraded, spiritually elevated, okay? We're going to see exactly what you have been learning and growing and how you have been evolving and how the spirit is elevating you. Thank you so much for tapping into Midheaven Tarot. To all of my returning subscribers, welcome back, Soul Tribe. To my new viewers, thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so look, we're going to get into this little energy, all right? So, Spirit, I have here on the board wisdom. What's jumping out to me that I hear Spirit saying to me right now with the four cards that are on the board? We have wisdom, limitation, mirror, and opposition. There is a upgrade or an awakening to wisdom for many of you divine masculines, okay? There has been an upgrade to awaken your wisdom, how to utilize wisdom, how to gain wisdom. There's wisdoms that are being uncovered to you, all right? Or there is some sort of a wisdom that is being uncovered to you or is trying to be given to you, okay? There's a limitation that some of you may be experiencing in any area of your life, and Spirit is saying that that limitation that you are experiencing, or all of the limitations that you are experiencing, is reflecting to you, and it's showing up as opposition, okay? So there's a limitation that you're experiencing that you may need the wisdom of right now, okay? And that limitation is showing up to you or being reflected to you through the reflection of opposition. Something is opposing you. So this could be your ego self looking at something as as opposition. This could be your ego self looking at something as opposition, when actually, though it is opposition, there's something deeper. There's a deeper wisdom that your spirit team is trying to get to you, because this opposition is it's like the fruit of a certain limitation, and it may be the limitation that you don't quite have the wisdom of yet. Okay, so there's something reflecting to you in your environment, in your life, and that reflection is revealing a limitation. All right, because we have the mysteries here card at the start of the reading. So something is being revealed to you. Something is still hidden to you, but will be revealed to you. Okay. So this wisdom, this mystery is how Spirit right now is upgrading you or awakening you. Clarify wisdom, please. Justice, we have rage in reverse, and justice. So it seems like some of the divine masculines who resonate with this message is learning the wisdom or gaining the wisdom of how to release certain anger, how to temperament your passions. All right, the wisdom of letting go of certain offenses is how you bring justice to the situation. So some of you are unlocking the wisdom of your heart space and bringing balance to your heart space. This kind of showed up in the Divine Feminine's reading as well. So please do not hesitate to go and tap into the Divine Feminine reading concerning this inquiry, okay? You are learning how to manifest balance, bring about justice, bring about balance to your life, and you're learning that the wisdom of justice is lying in the application of letting go and releasing. When we let go, we're able to receive what it is we want. And so this justice card is really giving me more so of balance to the heart space. So how your spirit or your spirit team is upgrading you or awakening you, divine masculine, is in the area of your heart space, that your heart space does need to be tended to. Okay? Your heart space does need to be tended to. Clarify limitation. Optimism. There is something limiting, there is something taking place for some of you in your environment, divine masculines, that feels like a limitation to you. Okay? Feels like a limitation to you. Although you are still very optimistic, there's something you want to bring. There's a certain limitation that you want to bring to an end. You want expansion in something. You're wanting growth in something. Okay, and so your optimism is aiding you and upgrading you as it relates to this limitation, because as you heal your heart space, you start seeing yourself through a different lens. Once you start gaining certain wisdoms, how to temperament your passions, temperament yourself, how to be in control of your passions, right? You start to see the areas that are limiting you, and you start seeing the answers to them. And once you start seeing the answers to them, it creates a certain optimism. You can start seeing things a little bit more clearly. You have a lot more hope for your future, because you're not swirling around in the cesspool of just, heart trauma and heart issues and heart things that have happened to you that is just sitting there untended to. Okay, so there's a lot of optimism surrounding a certain limitation. You're looking for expansion in something, in some area of your life. Okay, clarify mirror. We have reverse doubt. So some of you are now starting to see something clearly. You're starting to see that something is not as complex as it was made out to be. I love that. You're starting to see that something is not as complex as it was made out to be. You're starting to see the illusion, see through it. Okay? Something is being released from you or from around you that was causing complexity. You're starting to really upgrade the way you perceive circumstances in your life when they show up, when challenges show up, right? You're starting to see that it's really nothing to be like overtly always pissed off about. I don't gotta always be pissed off by every damn thing. You understand what I'm saying? Things are not as complex when you master and ground your heart space, right? When you sit comfortably and securely in your heart space, embracing all of yourself, because for so long I really feel like men have been kind of groomed to not pay attention to their heart space, to just dwell in their logic and reason. And for a lot of divine masculines right now, you're learning that is not the right way. And if I learn the correct way to be my total self, things are not as complex as they seem. The illusion is not really real. You can see through something right now. Something has been showing up in your environment and you're starting to see through it. This is why I feel like you're gaining the wisdom. You're being upgraded in your wisdom as a divine masculine. Clarify opposition. Reverse lust. And see, that's lust and ego. Now, this opposition for some of you, this is the two areas that you had the most conflict in the areas of your passions as it relates to your relationships, your desires, this lustful energy, right? That the masculine energy, whether male or female, can honestly just occupy this lustful energy and think that everything's okay. Okay, but you are now opposing moving by lust and moving by ego. Yeah, you are what the wisdoms that you have gained or that you are gaining is going to allow you to fight back when it comes to allowing your passions and lusts to run rampant, and also allowing your ego or your ego self to also run rampant, allowing your ego to step in when it doesn't need to, allowing your lust to just, just lead you wherever. You understand? Like, a lot of you are learning the wisdom on how to fight back from these two energies, right? Yeah, the wisdom that you are gaining or have gained is helping you, aiding you in releasing these two energies, or evolving in these two energies, elevating yourself in these two energies. The ego is not bad, but like everything else, it has a polarity. There's an opposite side. We always talk about having an ego death, but you're really not supposed to be slaying the ego. What you're supposed to be doing is bringing balance to it. You're supposed to be loving on the ego. You're supposed to be getting to know the ego. You're supposed to be understanding who you are at that level, right? Not just like going through ego deaths. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yes, we all have to give up something, relinquish something, and so the ego does too. But for the most part, the ego is waiting for you as the self to acknowledge it. Okay, to acknowledge it, to see it in its totality, so it's not having to, keep popping up on you and making shipwrecking your life, and you're not understanding why things are turning out the way they're turning out. Where your ego self keep popping up in every one of your decisions because it's trying to get you to acknowledge it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the world around us, the environment around us is but a mirror. Okay? So what you are learning and what you are gaining is moving you out of this low vibrational lust and low vibrational ego. You are elevating yourself in these two areas. I love that. I love that. Get the job done around here. That's what I'm talking about. There's a lot of downloads that you also are receiving. A lot of information about the mysteries. The mystery element came up for the Divine Feminine as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are receiving a lot of spiritual information to help you become a better version of yourself. The secrets, the things that don't have anything to do with the collective, but have everything to do with you as an individual. Those things, right? So give us more, Spirit. Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing. This is called a transformation. This is called evolution. This is called the turning of the wheel, turning of karma. Okay, some of you are dealing a lot with your karma. Nine of Pentacles. I do not take these in the reverse. Some of you are realizing that you have you're awakening to the fact that the karma you have been experiencing is because of what you have been putting out around you in your energies. All of the multiple things that you have been pouring into, and the way you have been pouring into it from this imbalanced lust and this imbalanced ego. Some of you are now taking acknowledgement that there may be some things that some limitations you're experiencing, but you're very optimistic about it. But that limitation is a part of your karmic process. It's a part of you healing that area of your life, so as that you can turn this wheel of fortune. Okay, so you're being given the way to do that. All right, you're being given the way to do that. Yeah, with this Ten of Pentacles. Yep. A lot of you have been thinking about family, about legacy, about even destiny and purpose, okay? I'm getting heavily in the masculine energy about legacy, all right? Many of you already have families, and you want to make sure that you have done what you needed to do to leave a legacy for your family, okay? And leave things for your children and your grandchildren. And this is the kind of things that we think about in our masculine energy, you know, making sure that things are taken care of, right? So some of you may not have families. Maybe you're hoping to have your own family. You want your own family, but there's some karmic issues as it relates to lust and pride that you are gaining the mysteries and the wisdom to, that's going to help you step into this Ten of Pentacles energy to give you the family and the legacy that you want. So please take that how that resonates, all right? Yes, this is for me. This is tapping into the energy of the divine masculines who your legacy has not shown up yet. Your family may not have shown up yet. You could be single. You could be waiting on divine love, waiting on a partner, someone to spend your life with, make a few babies with. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, someone is still waiting for that. Someone is trying to manifest that. But there's been some blockages here. Okay, there's been some blockages, possibly in your solar plexus. I'm looking at the yellow of the pinnacle. I'm looking at the yellow of the background of the whole. This is all of the chakras, to be honest, up into the all the way up into the heart space. Because you have the yellow, the red, you have the green. He has on orange tights. So that's your heart chakra. That's your root, your solar plexus, and your sacral chakras. Okay, and that a lot of these energies, lust and our ego, it shows up in those areas very strongly. All right, and so as masculines, as masculine energy, and even more specifically as masculine men, okay, as male, you really have to work. I'm not a man, so I don't know why I said we, but you really have to work on balancing those 4 chakra systems, because you spend a lot of time in your crown chakra. We have the reverse strength card. You're gaining a lot of strength at mastering that. Some of you could be, someone listening to me could be a Leo. I have a lot of emotions here. You're starting to see that your strength is not necessarily in drinking from everyone else's cups, or drinking from too many cups, or spreading yourself too thinly. You're kind of focusing on strength retention right now, in whatever way that looks for you. Some of you could be executing new workout plans. You could be changing your diet. You could be looking at, health and wellness. You know what I'm saying? This could be in your sexuality. You're looking at like not to just keep pouring out, especially if I'm pouring out in a karmic season. If I'm still karmic, why am I pouring out? Because that means I'm just going to pour out karma. Okay, like, so you may be gaining the wisdom of really understanding your energies better, and this is giving me like you're wanting to become stronger at ignoring something, because there's somebody here that's been kind of overindulging. There's been some overindulgences here. And the last card is the, I do not take these in right, although I'm going to leave that one there. Overindulging. Okay. Now the Magician comes out. This to me is given that there are divine masculines. You are being upgraded to become the divine masculine that you are in every area, whether it's coming from your thoughts, whether it's coming from your passions, whether it's coming from your earth energy, your pinnacles. You have the ability to manifest. You're gaining the tools that you need to go forward in your future as a divine masculine. And so in doing that, you're being called to look at, you're being upgraded, you're being awakened to, through oppositions where you have been tapping into overindulgences in something. Yeah. Clarify the 4 of Cups. I was gonna get another deck, but yep, you're healing overindulgences. Yes, you're realizing you can ignore some stuff. You ain't got to be available for everybody either. Okay, you ain't got to be available for everybody all the time, cause you a man. People just need you. No. I'm watching the football game, goddammit. I'm not going out there today. Okay? Yeah. Taking care of my self-care. You know what I mean? I love that for y'all. I love that for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Your self-care. Yeah. I'm going to the cigar spot. I'm not going to be available for painting nothing for nobody today. I'm going to the cigar spot. Yeah. Go get my shoes signed. I don't know. You know? You're learning to take care of your. I like that. I like that. Tell us a little more, Spirit. There's been some disappointments. There's been some heartbreak. Yeah. They want you to pull your thoughts to your heart. For a lot of you, you're awakening to the fact of, like I said, you are supposed to think about your heart center. You are supposed to care about your feelings too. They do matter, right? And you don't have to be in this rage energy all the time, like, to express your feelings. You shouldn't wait until you have, like, become enraged. Once you become enraged, you have already not said it when you should have said it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, once rage shows up, then it's already an indication that you should have spoke up, like, the last 12 times that person did that, or the last time that situation was panned out like that, you should have spoke up then. You're enraged because you're holding in too much. You're not giving thought to your heart space. So Spirit is upgrading you in the acknowledgement of your heart space, and showing you that is the wisdom, that is the key, that is the mystery. To your divinity, to your power, to your strength. We have the Seven of Cups. Yeah. Because of your emotions. See how he's holding his hands above his eyes? Over his eyes? It's like you haven't even been paying attention to those cups, and now they're empty. Yeah, for some of you, you're really awakening to maybe you're giving too much. It's funny that this is touching this one, okay? You may be serving too many people and not taking care of yourself inwardly. Now you're investing in that. You're investing in the things that matter to you most. You're investing what you need to invest in yourself to leave the legacy that you visualize. Okay? Being able to leave. Not just money, not just our houses and cars and stuff and trust funds, but also the energy that you give to your family as a masculine is the legacy. That is the truth. You're learning the truth. That, wait a minute. I mean, I ain't finna turn into no big old punk or nothing, but I ain't finna be out here just sitting on the side of the street crying and whimpering. But I'm supposed to, like, acknowledge my heart. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to, like, be tuned in with myself. Like, if something don't feel right, it ain't right. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to just take it and take it and take it because a man ain't supposed to feel no way. I don't have to play that game. Yup. Always rushing in to fight somebody else's battles while they stay back looking at you. Okay? They got swords and sticks and stuff in their hand, but they ain't on their horse. I don't know where he going, but wherever he going, they ain't going with their sticks and shit. What is you doing? Do you see it's time to go? It's time to ride out. They ain't trying to ride out. So you rushing into the fray, I'm hearing Spirit say, you ain't got to do that. Just like you got yourself in whatever predicament you got yourself in, I got myself in whatever predicament I got myself in. Everybody else got themselves in the predicament that they got themselves in. Well, shit. Sometimes you got to let them, you got to leave the legacy of letting them fix it on their own. That's the legacy you're supposed to be leaving. It's learning, teaching yourself how to let them fix it on their own. I'm watching football today. I'm not being bothered. No. You understand? This is something you may be discovering for some of you. This is something you may be discovering. And to be honest, anyone in your life, you know, when you have people around us who don't celebrate our seasons or periods or moments where we just want to pour into ourselves and they want to just, you know what I'm saying, try to make it seem like we ain't doing enough, we ain't giving enough because we ain't giving it today, then maybe a little reevaluation as to whether that person needs to be around. Because if you don't like me in my self-care moment, I don't know what to tell you. Especially when I'm around here handling business. I'm around here taking care of what I need to take care of. Ain't like I'm no bum. You know? So when I say I'm sitting down, I'm sitting down. Yeah. I'm sitting down. I don't know what to tell you. Let's look at this some more here. Yeah, you're not with the foolishness. You said, you know what? I'm not. They won't get me this time, my nigga. They will not get me this time. You're done with the tricks. You're done with the misleading. You're done with the mental traps. Yes, you're learning that, you know what? Some of this stuff that we learning as men from the patriarchy ain't about right neither. Okay? Some of this confinement. Confinement. This could be spiritual confinement. This could be you needing the wisdom of how to get out of what felt confining, what felt limiting to you. Something is trying to limit you. Something is trying to absolutely limit you. Tell me more. You're seeing that now. Game over. See what I'm saying? You're seeing that now. You done with the games. You done with the games. Okay? You done with the games. My heart matters too. Okay? Confronting the beast within me. There it is. There is that lust in the reverse and that pride card. I'm indifferent, limits, no compassion, disinterested, neutral, emotional distance. Because this beast is showing up. This beast is being fed by you ignoring your heart. So the more you ignore how you feel about matters and situations and people and things that happen to you that was not right, that is not right, the more you just ignore that, the more this beast is stronger. It gets fed. That's the strength card. And look, it literally says limits. So again, that's the strength card with the lion on it. The opposition card has the lion on it. Some of you absolutely could be Leos. You could have that strong placement in your chart. But this is talking about the beast within. This is talking about, and then we got a lion over here. Somebody is absolutely a Leo. Y'all got a lot of fire energy, divine masculines. Rightfully so, right? But Spirit wants you to now start turning some of that fire in towards your own heart space, using your logic and reasoning toward the matters of your heart. And this is what she is awakening you to. Because all of this lion energy, all of this fire energy is not actually opposing you. It's mirroring to you where you have been limited, where you have been sitting in confinement. You've been blocking your access to your heart space. Emotional distance. Yeah, you ain't even want to go up in there, huh? My boy say, you don't want to go up in there. I ain't even trying to go up in there, man. Talking about hearts and feelings and shit. But you have to. You have to, family. Because your divinity requires it. The cycle continues. And listen, and you're starting to see that you not paying attention to your feelings and your heart is what was causing this karmic cycle. With this Wheel of Fortune starting out. It'll continue if you keep if you choose to not go into your heart space. If you choose not to confront that overzealous lustful energy. If you choose not to confront the overzealous pride energy. If you don't confront them, among some other things. yeah, look, if you don't gonna confront them, then don't expect no peace. Okay? Don't expect no peace. And this is what Spirit is awakening you to. And I love that. I love that. Follow the moon, balance the mind. There's the divine feminine energy that helps you navigate all of this. Okay? The divine feminine rules the heart space. So what you have been, used to possibly for some of you in just really dealing with logic and reasoning, you've been dealing with a lot of crown chakra energy. But as you start going into your lower 4 dimensions, you're dealing with your feminine energy in those dimensions, okay? So it's particularly the heart space. She reveals to you what's hidden. She's revealing to you that this opposition is revealing a limitation. She's the one showing you that, you know what, you need to start thinking about how you feel about that. Like, you don't have to just go along to get along, and you don't have to hide your feelings, because that's what the world expects from you, because you're a man. Members only. Follow the moon, balance the mind. Yeah. There's no peace without war. Without confronting these things, it has kept you out of something. Again, we have the energy of limitation, a lot of limitation. That this could be spiritual limitation. This could be some things going on that you feel like you've been locked out of, even in the earth energy. But when you follow your intuition, and that will help you bring balance to your mind. And then this beast here, it can't get back in. Okay? It can't get back in. And this cycle is broken. The cycle of, whatever it is that's been showing up to reveal this limitation to you, that will be over. Right? This has been your best divine masculines. Thank you so much for tapping in. To all of you who have not subscribed, please take a moment and subscribe. Come on and be a part of the family. We're great to have you here. And turn on your notification bell so you know when I'm back with another message, as well as shoot your girl a like. Okay, shoot your girl a like so we can get the message out into the algorithm. And also leave me a comment. Let me know how it resonated with you, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace, family.